Two-time heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Iron Fist, Vitali Klitschko. WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Nigerian nightmare, Samuel.
No headbutts, no rabbit punch, no low blow, and no hidden punch. Okay, good luck, shake your hands.
Two very large guys in a fight that can end at any moment. Combined KO ratio of 84%. Peter very dangerous early. 15 of his 23 knockouts within the first two. Of course, some highlight reel knockouts. And all 7 of Klitschko's world title fights, win or lose, ended by knockout. A crowd of over 12,000 on hand behind their hero. Peter 6 feet and a half. Also noticeable, Klitschko a bit grayer than the last time he fought, which was December of 2004.
Ring rust. But, you know, Sam Peter's not the kind of fighter who presses fights right from the get-go. And I'll tell you, Klitschko is looking very sharp in his first round. One of the big punches he's using is the left hook, which he saw his brother Vladimir hurt Peter with. Oh, he can land the hook anytime he wants, just like his brother did. He's got Peter wobbled.
The 37-year-old challenger, 9 years older than Peter. And given Klitschko's history of injuries, many consider it an upset. He even made it to the ring.
You know, Sam Peter's getting hit with everything here in round one. He doesn't fight well against big, tall fighters who fight tall, and that's what Klitschko's doing.
To the side of the head of Sam Peter. A very, very good opening round for Vitali Klitschko. His first fight in nearly 4 years.
As great a first round as Klitschko's having here, we remind you that McCline had Peter all but out, and he was able to hang in there. He's very resilient.
A lot of people surprised Klitschko didn't take a warm-up fight before this one. Perhaps he just didn't want to risk getting hurt again. Under a minute remaining in the opening round, scheduled for 12 for the WBC Heavyweight Championship.
Pick him apart with those punches.
Yeah, the big wonder how Klitschko would respond if he's hit flush. And with Peter, who can also hurt you, disorient you, with an unclean punch. And remember, Vitali Klitschko. So final seconds of round one. The crowd in Berlin chanting Klitschko's name. We head for the bell.
You know, Vitali Klitschko, when he put his head down and dreamt about how round one was going to go in his comeback, this is it. He used every weapon, the jab, straight right hand.
To Vitali Klitschko. Let's see how Peter begins the second round.
One of the things Sam Peter would certainly like to do early in this match is go to the body. He's a pretty good body puncher, but he hasn't so far. And you'd want to do that against somebody coming back at age 37 off an almost 4-year layoff.
Again, it's Vitali Klitschko scoring with the left hook repeatedly. Now from Sam Peter, who can land with that monster right. That is his signature punch.
They wanted Sam Peter to double jab his way in.
You have to wonder, did Peter come in thinking to himself, I'll need a knockout to win? Could the judges, even though they're neutral, be influenced by the partisan crowd in Germany? The crowd will very much be a factor when Klitschko does anything.
Klitschko's accuracy here has been ridiculously good. He's landed just about everything he's thrown.
And you know, Peter, who finally lands a left hand, entered the fight in a very surly mood, but he's not fighting that way.
No, he felt disrespected by the promotion. Press conferences all in German.
Earlier in the week, he angrily ripped the WBC belt from Klitschko's hands. Klitschko holds the nebulous title of champion emeritus, and that has really ticked off Peter. He's winning it.
You know, when you're a big, tall fighter like Klitschko and Sam Peter, who is shorter, doesn't attack the right way, it becomes a very easy fight for you, and right now that's exactly what it is. And Sam Peter's defensive liabilities, which he had improved on, are really out there for display now.
And Peter looking very sluggish here in the early going. Last fight.
I don't remember the last time I saw a boxing match in which one fighter, nice right hand by Peter, landed such a high volume of punches as Klitschko is in these early rounds.
Peter coming into this fight looking at it as an inconvenience. A return bout with Vladimir for revenge and unification. He's got Stacy McKinley and Pops Anderson in his corner.
There's an example of the jab and straight right hand that Klitschko has been landing. He started out with the left hook, but now he's found a home for there's the double jab they want from Peter, and he'll come with the right hand right.
Vitali Klitschko determined to rewrite his legacy as we enter round 3, scheduled for 12 of the WBC heavyweight belt. Klitschko wants to fulfill his dream of joining his brother, Vladimir, as the only siblings ever to be heavyweight champions at the same time.
You know, Sam Peter is really not pressing Klitschko as much as he would like. So Klitschko, while he's throwing punches, is able to pace himself very much. So
now this does not look like a man who is trying to take over the mantle as a true heavyweight superstar champion, talking about Peter, who has emerged to this point as a formidable force, primarily on his massive one-punch power, but we have yet to see it here.
And has shown steady improvement, Sam Peter. This is a bad stylistic matchup for him. He's going to need to land something significant.
He has had his problems with taller fighters in the past, although he did floor a journeyman, a 7-footer named Julius Long. That was his last first-round knockout.
Knocked down and hurt very badly early in the fight. Did come back to win the decision against Vladimir Klitschko. He had Klitschko down several times, but was outboxed enough to lose a decision.
Peter coming forward a little more, but being attacked by that left jab of Vitali Klitschko.
Klitschko's leaning his head in. I mean, he's not even trying to be a defender.
A very languid Sam Peter over the first 2+ rounds. Tried a right hand there, but it was blocked. And Klitschko answers back with a series of blows.
So far, and I'm going to say so far, all of the technique improvements we saw from Sam Peter in some other fights have not been evident. He was maybe 6-7 fights ago when people were disappointed in his technique.
Yeah, he was able to compensate for a lack of technique or polish with his brute strength. But we're not seeing anything right here.
As this fight wears on, there will be the question of, at 37, can he sustain throughout an entire fight?
The final seconds of round 3 ticking away.
Vitali Klitschko, not just landing punches, but throwing combinations. That's the part I think that's so impressive. Look how low his hands are, and Sam Peter just not able to take advantage of.
Well, from just about the very beginning of this fight, this has looked like a mismatch. The taller fighter, Vitali Klitschko, dictating all the action. Left jabs, left hook, straight rights. Showing a diversified attack against the champion, Sam Peter. Klitschko is favored, by the way.
And you know, when he fought Lennox Lewis, but in most of his other fights, he's been like this, throwing punches correctly, throwing some combinations, doing all the right things. That's what he's doing here tonight.
That was his only TKO loss. It was a result of a bad cut. And
even though he did land a lot of good punches in that fight.
I was just about to say, and he also quieted a lot of cynics in that fight by showing his ability to suck it up.
Yes, you're correct.
So great resolve in that fight.
Now, Sam Peter, we said, is resilient, but how much punishment can he take over the course of these rounds and keep ready?
It's been so long since we've seen it, but Klitschko's money punch is the heavy right hand, so long since coming into this fight. He also has that good left hook. He's dropped people with it. Said to have a very sturdy chin up until the McCline fight when Jamil dropped him 3 times, but then he came back and took some vicious shots against Moskiev. There's the right hand by Klitschko, just drilling away at Peter.
Peter unable to close the distance between the two men, which Peter isn't doing right now.
And also Al Vitali, after being out for so long, has not lost his preciseness and his accuracy with his punch. He's always known as an accurate puncher. One of his staples.
Klitschko sparred with Sherman Williams, a very, very good journeyman heavyweight who very much resembles and can emulate Sam Peter. And I think that also helped him a little bit going into this fight.
Vitali Klitschko looking to keep that jab in Peter's face to set up the big right. Intelligent fighter. But he does have a habit of carrying that left hand low, and we're just wondering if Peter is waiting for the right moment.
And if you don't pressure Klitschko, the 37-year-old could continue to do this all night to you.
Courtesy of the WBC, the scores announced to the people in the crowd after rounds 4 and 8. And the tally is 40-36 across the board for Vitali Klitschko.
Certainly no surprise. He has dominated every single round. And in between rounds, Stacey McKinley telling Sam Peter, you've got to break him down to the body. And I think that is the appropriate strategy, Klitschko. But the body could be more available to him. He's got to start now.
And personally, just for the record, not a fan of open scoring. Over the course of his career, there have been different versions of Vitali Klitschko, the confident, intense, aggressive, even brawling Klitschko. And he was very fast-paced and spirited in his last fight versus Danny Williams back in 2004. But we've also seen a slow-paced, tentative.
You know, the interesting thing is, except for the fact that he put Vladimir Klitschko down, and the fact that Vladimir Klitschko didn't land as many punches as Vitali is landing, this is almost a carbon copy of his fight, of Peter's fight with Vladimir Klitschko. It's just that Vitali's doing so much better, and look at him land those combinations. But his brother controlled Peter with the jab, was able to work in the right hand and the left hook. It's a carbon copy of what Vladimir did against Peter.
And yeah, ironic, Al, you talked about Vladimir as Sam Peter. And his manager, Ivalo Gotsev, ridiculed Vladimir for going down 3 times at the hands of Peter, yet Vlad was given the win. There's a good left. McCline for the win. They said they understood that you can be dropped 3 times and still win.
It's true, those were similar situations. He was not closing the distance. He is on the outside. He is in all the absolute worst strategic situation that he could be in this fight.
Vitali Klitschko in complete command here as we head to the bell, round 5 from Berlin.
You understand? You got to fight it now. Step up quick with your jab.
The overhand right of Klitschko and the straight right have been very, very effective.
You can't stay at the end of these punches.
And
you got to go in.
Those are excellent punches.
Scheduled for 12 for the WBC heavyweight title. Man, Peter had waited 16 months for the mandatory shot, and then he came through with a very impressive 6th-round knockout over Oleg Moskiev, but now he's frittering it away.
Yeah, and this is a dreadful night for him so far, and there is just enough. At any moment, he could land something major. It just doesn't look like he's setting himself up in a position to do it. In the last round, he did get one overhand right in, or put himself in position to throw it. He's not even throwing that punch.
The press conference was in German. Vitali Klitschko had the belt, and Sam Peter being the champion, but once again, not fighting like a guy who felt he was disrespected.
Klitschko in that press conference showing aggression that he has not yet shown here tonight.
This is a back slap there by Klitschko, Al.
You know, this is a bad stylistic matchup for Peter, but the thing that people wondered about was, could Klitschko perform as he did 4 years ago when he was recognized as probably the best heavyweight, better than his brother and better than the other competition? He's done so.
Klitschko continues to control the He is, without question, always dangerous, no matter how he looks.
You know, when you look at Vitali Klitschko, he fights tall. He's a big, tall man. Notice how he very seldom leans his head in. There just a little, but for the most part, he Lennox Lewis, his brother a little bit with Emmanuel Stewart's help, they fight tall, and when they face a smaller fighter, it's very tough for the fighter like Peter to get something done.
And Vitali Klitschko is, he's getting that right hand in, he's getting the jab in, things are landing, and then he gets out.
That's what Sam Peter needs to do. He didn't land that clubbing right as well as he would like, but he threw 3 punches at a time.
Fist all the way back behind the taller fighter's head, especially that left one, very low. From Berlin, Germany, in a completely lopsided fight for the challenger and comebacking Vitali Klitschko.
There is absolutely no doubt that Vitali Klitschko has won every single round. There couldn't possibly be a difference of opinion on this, and if there is, whoever thinks Sam Peter won a round is very wrong. And right now, what they're telling, rip shots there and then try to go to the head, which is, of course, appropriate. He's just not able to execute right now.
And Al, if this does extend to the scorecards, overseas, particularly in locales like Germany, you really have to beat your opponent decisively to get the win.
Of course, there are international judges from all over the world, but there's just no question. The jab of Klitschko has been so effective. It started right from the beginning. The interesting thing to me is Klitschko came out throwing hooks. Now, there's one of the few hooks he's thrown.
And through the halfway point of this WBC heavyweight title fight, Sam Peter has not looked like the champion. Midway through the 7th.
And one of the byproducts of Sam Peter not being able to close the distance is, I don't know that we've had a clinch in this match.
Third man of the ring, Massimo Baravecchio of Italy, has had an easy night. Good right hand there, right cross by Vitali Klitschko that connected.
Peter threw a nice left hook to the body, and you know, those have been so few and far between. Thing to think about, now he's throwing a few punches. You have to throw some punches, and he started out not doing it, Peter. And you know, there have been moments in his career where this has been a huge problem for him, never so much as it has tonight.
If anything, it's been more like a glorified sparring session for Vitali Klitschko, who just hit. The eyes swelling up, Sam Peter. Final seconds of round 7, all Klitschko.
Well, as they exhort Sam Peter to do something to keep his title, we see why they're saying that. The Klitschko punches from the outside have been very, very effective.
Oh, he was very impressive in that fight against the Mike Tyson conqueror,
yes.
Danny Williams from England. All right, round 8, and I'm telling you, Al, Sam Peter is reaching a point in this fight where he has to be thinking, I got to put this guy away. He is so far behind right now.
Or knockout, obviously, to win this, and he has shown no inclination to throw enough punches. Now, there's a couple of double jabs. They were short, but he didn't move in behind those jabs, Peter.
He continues to miss, or he's just too far away from Klitschko to land. Now finally some aggressiveness from Peter, warded off by Klitschko. Better than 12,000, as mentioned, seems kind of quiet for as impressive as Klitschko has been. Of course, they come alive when Klitschko does something. That jab repeatedly scoring by keeps him off balance.
And you know what Klitschko does? Just enough movement to give Sam Peter angles. That's what you need to do against him. He's not using a large amount of lateral movement. He's certainly not quick of feet. He's not a Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali mover. But he's enough lateral movement to create angles, and he's able to hit Sam Peter at will because of it. Peter also has pushed his punches tonight. There's an example. His jab is pushed, his right hand is pushed. Of course, the 37-year-old Klitschko after a 4-year layoff.
It's Peter who is sucking air.
And it's because he's been hit with so many punches and taken so much punishment. Really getting worse.
Finally, a left hook landing by Sam Peter. He had to lunge in to get it done. Final seconds of round 8. Another one for Klitschko.
Klitschko doing what he has done all throughout this fight. Each round is a mirror image of the one that preceded it. Now there, Sam Peter tried to throw a jab. It was a very lazy jab, and Klitschko.
Verständlich da, 79, 73 für Vitali Klitschko.
Hitting your part from the outside. Huh? What? So what? What you say? What you say?
It looks like Peter has said stop it. He doesn't want to continue out, and that's it. It's all over.
You know, there's so many parts of this that are improbable. It's hard to know which one to lead off with. The precision of Klitschko, the fact that Peter.
And once again, this could be the product of the open scoring, because the fighters, like the fans there in Berlin, able to hear.
Und neuen Weltmeister Vitali Dr. Eisenfaust Klitschko!
A completely lopsided victory for Vitali Klitschko.